Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's do this thing. So we're in 2.3, and we're just learning different graphs. And so I'm going to go to StatCrunch here in a little bit and show you the different graphs. Pretty straightforward, though. So stem and leaf is like, I'm just going to put my own thing here. You got the ones and the tens. I don't know. It's just different digits. It's the ones and the tens. So let me just show you what it looks like for this guy, and then we'll kind of break out into it. Let me look at the tens digits. What kind of tens digits do I have? You tell me. Like the tens. Wouldn't it be like 60 would be a 6? And then what, 70s and 9s? But there's no 100s, right? So we got 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So those are my tens. But now I'm going to just put the ones in there. And so I'm going to go down the list. And then we're going to reorganize it here in a second. So if it says 75, I'm going to go 75. 85, 85. 9D, right? 80, so I just put a little 0 there now. 87, so I put a little 7 there. Are y'all seeing kind of the pattern that I'm using there? Oh, thank you. Yes. And if we go through the whole thing, we should be able to get all of our numbers, I guess, like categorized. That's a good word for it, right? Categorized, grouped. 83, 92. Da, 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 da. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. We're not done with this, by the way. I'm just like putting it in a group right now. We're going to have to put it in order here in a few seconds. I sure hope I didn't miss something. If I miss something, you're going to tell me, right? Yes, Chad. No. Okay, I think that's pretty close. But what I want to do now is reorder it. Like put it in order so that it looks better. That was the worst vertical line I ever drew. So let me try that again. Shavrip. Yay. I don't know. Should I do that? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. This is great. This is great. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to reorder it. The 6s, are they okay already? But if I go through the 7s, what would come first? And then 5, 5, 6, 9. Very good. I'm starting with down in the 80s. What should I have? 0, 0. There's 2 zeros there. And then we have a 2, 3. What comes after that? 5, 5. Okay, 5, 5. And that's it. Okay, cool, cool. Last one. I got 90. How many ones? 3 of them. I got a 2, and then I got a 4, and then 2 5s. Okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, that's about what I got. Did I actually get the same answer? Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Right here? Yeah, there are 2 7s. You're right. Well, somewhere in there I missed that. There we go. Okay, cool. What do you think your homework's going to look like? That. Yeah. Do you think your homework's going to go easy? Okay, good. Thank you. Positive outlook. There are ways to make it a little bit better, and I'll show you when we get there. But like the main thing that takes the most time is putting it in the right order, I would say. And I think that StatCrunch has ways to do that, like sort them and stuff like that. But for now, it's kind of small, and I think we can do it this way. Good so far. All right, if you got questions, you tell me. So this one is a brand new problem, and it just says, hey, which one of these does it look like? Now, what I do is I look for key numbers, okay? So, like, what are the differences? Hello. What are the differences between these 3 here? Well, this one has 90, but it doesn't have any 6s. So let me just see right now. Will it work if I had do I have like 6s, 96, something or other? Yeah, right there and right there. So this one's definitely no good. So between these two, what is a difference? Well, yeah, the 2s. Okay, hold on. I have here at the bottom. This is what I at least always look at. I have a 150, but here I have a 150 and a 156. So do I have a 156 somewhere? Like there's the 150. Do I have a 156? There's no 156. So then this is no good. Now that has to be it. Does that make sense? You don't have to look through the whole darn thing. You're just looking at like, which one has it? And I'm going to let y'all tell me what you think about the last one, because it's kind of weird. You tell me, which one makes the most sense? You like B? D, you like D. I like that. So we got D so far. Anybody else? I got B for mine. But let's like compare. So it says less than 130, 5. So like 135 would be all this stuff. What I boxed in, would you call that most of the data? Right, it says like most of the data between these things. Is that so far okay for y'all? So that looks okay, but let's see this one. It says greater than 110. So 110, I think, actually starts here. And it might have more, but it doesn't have like that. It doesn't have the peak. So I'm going to go with B. But yeah, it's good. Oops, there we go. And again, we're just trying to pick the best thing. There's not really a great answer, honestly. Cool? Good? All right, I'm going to keep cruising. Cool. So relative frequency, we already had a definition for this at some point, didn't we? I already said it, so I'm going to say percentage. It's the percentage. But there we go. The cumulative frequency is the new thing. And I think what we're going to have to do is, like, I'm going to show you what that looks like down right here, okay? So that's the new one, but let's actually do some math to, like, show it. So we have all this stuff here, and they're saying break it up into the classes, find the frequencies, and then all this other stuff, okay? I'm looking for things between 60 and 71, not including 71. Do you see how there's a parentheses here? So they're basically just saying 60 to 70. So all my 60s and 70s. How many do we have? Do you know? 1, 2, 5, 4. I got right here. There's 4. There's 5. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, 5. Okay, cool. 5. Okay, awesome. 71 to 81, essentially, right? I'm going to erase that now. But you can see that the parentheses there. So yeah, 70s up to 81. 1, 2, 3, 4. You call it out. 5. How many did you get? 5? Yeah, 5. Good. Okay. I have the answers. I should probably look at them. But I might be wrong also. 82 to 93. 82s. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's no like early 90s. So yeah, 4. Okay, cool. 90s to the early 100s. Like as in like 103. Got 1, 2, 3. 3? You confirm, you say yes, chat, or no, chat, I guess. Okay, cool. And then we got this one here. I think is going to be a big one. So it's 104 all the way to 114. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, wouldn't that be included in this guy right here? Right? And then, like, if I look through, what did I not cross through is only the 1 that's left over. I want to pause on this. Do you see how my technique was? That I didn't just cross through it whenever I found it, which is still a good technique. I didn't just cross through it. I also crossed through it differently. So that when I go back, I'm like, if I can't read it, I can at least say, well, how many slashes did I have this way? How many circles did I have that way? Sometimes I like put a diamond on it or something, or a dot, you know? That way I can always go back and look. So far, so good? That we've already done all that, right? That's all old school stuff. So now we're going to do the cumulative frequency. This is like the new stuff here. What it is you're adding everything up that you've had previously. And so it's very simple to start with. You just have 5. But now on this one, you don't have just 5. You're actually going to have 10. It's like here is just 5. But then you have both of these to make a 10. Adding it, exactly. Yeah, cumulative. And then the next one would be what? 14. Very good. And then we have Perfect. You already got it. Adding a 6 in there, 23. Yeah, and then finally, oops, can't draw very well today. And this number right here should be equal to the total. Like, 'cause at that point, shouldn't you have added it all up and got the total amount, you know? Is that okay? Cumulative? Awesome. Okay, so relative frequency, again, this is the percentage. I was going to type percentage. That's not it. It's percentage. Percentage. And so remind me how I do that again. Like, give me some English, I guess. What do y'all think? Yep, exactly. Divide each one by the total. 5 over 24, 10 over 24, 14 over 24. You got it. Calculator time. Calculator. Da, 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 da. It has its own theme song, you know. I've been thinking about going to Desmos and saying, "Hey, I got a theme song for you." Do you think they would? Do you think they would appreciate that? Do you think they would hire me? Probably not. You're right. Who knows until I ask, right? Gosh, I just got to be more ambitious in life. I just got to jump out there and just do it. Is it? Whoa. Pause. I'm doing something very small and very tiny wrong. Do you see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did the wrong numbers. I should have 5, and then I should use the 5 right here because I'm using these numbers. Did you see that? But the next one says cumulative, so which one am I going to use that time? Exactly. So it's like I already were doing the answers, I guess. Yeah, that was a small mistake on my part. I think the homework better organizes it, and we'll see that here in just a few minutes. So each one of these, dividing it by the 24. Here we go. At least I got my answers for the other ones. Yeah. So that would be a 10. Small question. Do you think that Desmos will do all this for you? Oh, I'm sorry, Desmos. I meant StatCrunch. Will StatCrunch do it all for you? Yes. But I'm showing you by hand because I'm being a good teacher right now. Is that what good teachers do, is do it by hand? Come on. Yes? Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. You're going to like put a review out there and say, oh, he's actually a good teacher because he does it by hand like once. And then all the rest is just going to be calculator basically. So, and that's I think that's a good thing because I don't want to waste y'all's time or nothing. You got all those other classes and stuff, right? This is not the only class you have, right? 4-2, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, now I'm just taking these numbers here and dividing them. If you have questions, please tell me. What's 24 divided by 24? 1.0. Oh, yeah, there it is. So y'all been doing the homework, at least the chapter 1 stuff with the workbook. Do you find the workbook is pretty handy to have for the homework? Like with the definitions and kind of like what to do and stuff like that? I think so too. That's why I like using it. Have my videos been okay? Yeah. Is it okay audio quality? Okay, good. Because sometimes it's just like what just happened. This right here, 1 stands for what? 100%, right? Is what we should add up to. And that's my totals. 100% of the data has been accounted for. So any questions on the by hand method? Pretty straightforward. Okay. So then it says pick a frequency histogram. And that even if it said a relative frequency histogram, it wouldn't matter. It's the same shape. I'm looking for key distinctive numbers. See, I got 554361. Which one would have 554361? Yeah, I like that one for sure, because there's your 6 and there's your 5 and 5, right? So and then 4361. I'm just looking for the shape. They have another one after it? Okay, no. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Is this fun? It's doable. It's doable. And then you'll be done with this class in another 12 weeks? 13 weeks. It's a third week? I think it's a third week. It's the third week. Yeah, you're stuck with me for a long time. Yay. Scrolly, here we go. Unless y'all need it for something. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to move on. Okay, here we go. So, we got to put something in the box. So this is frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. Oh, I didn't spell polygon right. I spelled polyoga. Why is that doing that weirdness there? Frequency polygon. Okay, so what is a frequency polygon? I'm just gonna give you a basic here. It looks like little lines that do something like this. I don't know. It's just lines instead of bars. Very simple stuff here. But so it says to do a frequency polygon for the pulse rates, which is basically what we just did a second ago. So 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, 1. Okay, so the same kind of thing. I'm going to do, this is 6, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's good enough. Let me just go ahead and do this here. Very good. And my very first one, it started at 60. And then the next guy, if you look at the first numbers, see it's 60 and then it's 71, 82, 93. You see those first numbers right there? That's what I'm going to start using for the bottom. So 71, 82, 93, 104, 115. And so 5, 5, hello. And then we had a 4. Am I correct there? 5, 5, 4, 3. What did I have? 4, 3. So 5, 5, 4. Hello. And then 3, and then a 6, way up here, and then a 1, right? So it's really low, and then you just connect the dots. So da 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 da, and there it is. So I'm gonna put a little number on the top just so you can see it. So 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, 1. And there you go. Cool. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Cool. Let me go ahead and fill in this last one right here, and then we'll do a little bit more here. So this is cumulative frequency distribution. Distribution. And it says AKA, and there's a little name for it. It's called an ogive. So this is not anything new. I'm just going to show you this here in a second. We're just filling in the boxes, of course. So far, are y'all okay with the polygon part? Just drawing a line instead of a bar. I mean, that's really all it is, right? There's nothing new there. So so it's been a while since I had this term, but every time I say ogive, I got to kind of shake my hips. Now you can't see that online. That's why you come to class, right? Ogive. Do you want to get up and say ogive with me? No? All right, fine. I'll just be the only one saying ogive around here. Someone's got to do it, okay? So what is it? It's basically just using the cumulative instead, and that's it. So over here, I had a column for cumulative, and so I had the 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, 1, but now I have the 5, 10, 14, 17, 23, 24. So these are the numbers that I'm going to use for the next one, and that's it. That's the only difference here. So let's go all the way up to 25, and then let's do that's 20, 15, 10. Nope, it didn't work. Let me try this over again. Let's go right here. 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. Okay, cool. And I'm using the same 60, 71, 82, 93, 104, 115. So the only difference is instead of using those numbers, we're using these numbers. That's it. So 5, 10, 14, so it's just adding it all up. So 5, and then we had 10, and then we had 14, somewhere around right there. What was my next number? Do I have to keep scrolling? 17. Right where? Right here? Is that good? 23, 24. 23 is way up here, and then 24 is like right next to it. So chunka, 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 chunka. It's close enough. So that's the 5, the 10, the 14, the 17, 23, and 24. There it is. It's just using the different numbers. That's all. Connect the dots. We're done. Cool? Oh, jive. Are you laughing with me? Is that what it is, right? Sweet. But I didn't say Ojive. Ojive. Over there. There it is. Gosh, every time I say it, I just gotta break out into a little jig. Y'all don't know how many years it's been since I haven't been able to say that, because like we just revised all this, and we're using a different program, and that word never came up. It was very sad for me. So for years, I haven't been able to ojive in my class. No, I know. Isn't that so strange? Yeah. So, and there we go. Good. Any questions? I think the next one's gonna be like a new one. Yeah, it'll be new stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. New stuff. All right. So again, what we're doing is just doing different kinds of graphs, and this one is time series. And there's a special button for this one in StatCrunch. So basically, you're just going to click it, you're going to hit it, it's be done. So what we're doing here is more answering questions from it. Okay. Like this one, it says, use this formula to find out the percentage between 2012 and 2013. And so they have two different probabilities, two different percentages, P's, I don't know, whatever that is. 2012, 2013, it's right there, isn't it? Those two numbers? So I'm just going to pop them in. So like this is my formula right here. I want to just say like, here we go. Woo! So what would be my first number that I put? What's P2? Just give me a guess. Yeah, the larger number, love it. And then the next one is? Yeah, the smaller number, love it. And then I'm supposed to divide by which one? Again, yep. And there's debate over which one you're dividing by, but there you go. Times 100, and we should be able to get the answer. And yes, you do. It's just that easy. So 16.74 minus 16.7 divided by 16.07 times 100. So you get singing and dancing, or at least ojiving in this class. I don't know if that's dancing. Cool. Hey, so I put that into my math lab just like I see it, and I got it wrong. Why? Right here. So what would I actually be putting in the box? Say it again. 4.2. Yep, that's exactly right. Does that annoy you a little bit? Not as much as me. I'm a particular person. You already know that about me. And there's a part C. Let's check it out. Part C, determine whether there have been any years where it's decreasing since 2000. Oh, I don't know. Was that actually on the homework? Do you see any point at like where it's going down instead of up? I don't think so. So I would say none. I think I do remember that on the homework, and you just say none. I think. Okay, and that should be the end of the section here, but I want to write something here for your notes, and then when we go to the homework, I'll like verify it with you, okay? So I'm just copying what I have written down here. For the time series stuff, we're going to be going to graph. Of course, if I can just draw it nicely, let me try that again. We're going to be going to graph, index, time. It's called index time. That's where we're going to be going. And it says only use the second column's data. So only use the second column data. What happens, and I probably said this before, what I do is I do the whole entire workbook, and then I go into the homework myself, and I get a 100. If there's something on the homework that wasn't here, I write it down. And that's something that I had to write down. You get me? So I don't know where we're going to use it, but we will. Now you have it. So again, graph, index time, that's time, and then only use second column data. I don't know what that means right now, but we will see it here in a second. Do y'all have any questions before I start the homework up? I can. This one right here, or keep going? Oh, time series, yes. Thank you. Cool. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay, so here we go, back to the homework. Woo! Get started. So it says, I'm going to try to minus this a little bit so I can see better. It says, pick which list would be making sense from the stem and leaf. So again, I said that these are the tens. Oh, look. They have a different way of reading it. So the slashy line means a dot this time. So what would it mean to have 10 and then a 5 right here? What would that actual number be? 10.5. And then I got 10.7, 10.8. So which one of these has 10.5, 7, 8, etc.? Yeah, A. Yeah, there it is. That was the entire problem. We just did it. It's not too bad, right? Cool. What do we got? Oh, we got a big graph thing. All right, let's see what they're trying. Oh, what's that called? What's that called? Ogive. All right, so it says, what's the class width? And that's like all they gave me was this graph. They're saying how much distance between each one of these dots, like width wise. What's my width? Yeah, it sure looks like 4 to me. Yeah, and like I didn't have to have the workbook to tell me that one. That's pretty straightforward. It says approximately 10% of students had what score or below. So let me. I have to use both. Let me do this. Maybe I can get a little bit more room. More room? More room? Okay, there we go. That's better. It says 10% or below. Well, look at these here. You see these are percentages on the side? So 10% is right here. And it matches up with, there it is, 12. Cool, right? I'm just matching it up. 10% matched up with 12. There it is. So what's the percentage at 24? 24, I go up. What's my percentage? What would you call that? Do y'all see it? Say it again. 24, I go up and then over. 80, straight up, 80, just straight up. 10% of students had what's 10%? Isn't that what we just did a second ago? 10%, 12. That's at least what I'm thinking. Nope. Now pause for a second. I didn't read it well. 10% of students had a composite score above what level? Now that's kind of weird. I think they're trying to go in reverse. Like, as in, what's the opposite of the 10%? What's the opposite of 10%? Help me out. What is it? 90. And is there something at 90? See right there? Scroll down. 28. Let me try that one. And you're good. What's up, man? Yeah, a little bit. They do change a little bit, yeah. So, okay. It says 10% or above. And I think that above is like switching it. It's trying to say it's like the other guys, the opposite. Because normally if you saw the other one was said below. Do you see that? Below it was like usual. Above, yeah. So I had to do the opposite. I'm gonna keep cruising. Is this okay? Yeah? Okay. If you gotta tell me otherwise. Um President ages. And everything's like in a nice order and stuff. So I got 41, 44, 46. Which one would match up with those guys? Oh man, it's all like in the way. Like, is this what you have to do on the homework too? Does it look like this? Isn't that annoying? 41, 44, 46. 41, 44, 46. Oh, I think they all kind of do that, right? Oh, look, this one's out of order. So what are the differences between these? Tell me one difference that you can see about all of these guys. Like this one right here. He's got 689, but he doesn't have a 5 right there, does he? Oh, there's a 5 right there. I think they're just trying to put it in a confusing manner. So let's just pause for a second. Notice it says 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and all that kind of stuff. I think what they're trying to say is the lowers and the uppers. So, okay, if I had to start rounding, what if I had these ages? Let's just go with the 40s. So 40 straight up. That would be on the lower category, right? 41, 42, 43, 44. Is that still in the lower category? But what about 45? If you had to round, what would 45 be like in the upper category now? What would you think? Yeah. So then I think 45s are where they're going to start down there. So like already I would say that this is wrong just because the 5 is in the wrong place. This is wrong because it's out of order. So it's now between these two guys. And what's the difference between these two? Do you see any numbers that are different between A and C? I'm looking back and forth. I don't. Oh, yeah, look, you're right. Gosh, man. So, just a quick note here. If you have dyslexia, this sucks. I know, right? Correct. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's going to randomize for everybody. Yeah, that's what it is. It is different. Yeah, they do that on purpose. And this one says there's part 1 of 2. So if I continue, I have to do something else. So looking back at my answer, and you see it sideways. You see the data sideways. I almost want to draw on it, but you see how my marker kind of goes like this here. So if I went back to what I had, I'm going to draw on it sideways here. This one. You see how it has like a hump and then it kind of comes down? Right? You see, we have to angle our head sideways. You twist your head. And so if you're twisting your head, would that be a bell curve? That looks pretty like a bell curve, doesn't it? So what would you say, bell shaped, or would you say it's skewed in some way? Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Again, you could have skewed, but that answer right there looks pretty nice. Let's look ahead. I want to see if there's anything else here that's kind of. Oh, let's pause on this. Can you do this one by hand? Could you start finding out each one of them and doing it by hand like we did just a few minutes ago? Sure. But isn't there a better way, Chad? So let me show you how to do it better. So I'm going to do StatCrunch. I'm going to open StatCrunch. And again, I know I'm recording, or is it audio still good? Okay, good. And I know I'm recording and I know all that stuff, but this is when you take notes, right? I want to be able to classify these better. So what we're going to do is we're going to do data sort. Yep. I'm going to see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, data and then sort. And what that does is it's going to make it in a nice, pretty order, and then I can just count. And it's already done for me. So sort. I think you have to do this one right here. It says select column, and you change it to var1. But everything else is fine. Like you don't have to click anything else, I don't think. Right here, sort by, and then var1. Yep. And then that's it. I'm just going to hit compute. And what it does is it automatically changes it in that column. You can see. So I should now be able to go through here. So for my zeros, like that doesn't have a second digit, 5, 5, 7, 9, 9. For my tens, and I'm only looking at the last digit here, right? So what would I start putting for my tens? 1, 2, yeah. 3, 5, 5, 5, and then last one is a 8. See how I'm just like looking straight down here? 21, 1, 6, 6, 8, 30, just 0, 0, 2, and then finally 42, and we're done. Look how fast that was. Okay, so again, all I did here was I said data sort, and then you click this guy right here, compute, and it automatically makes it really pretty and super easy for you. Wasn't that better than doing it by hand? I love that. And that's why, you show up to class. So if I'm looking at this right here, does this look like it's bell curved perfectly? No. What kind of skew would you say? Right. Yeah. If you twisted it and you had to rotate it, it'd be on the right side, the bigger side, I guess. Yeah. The little tails down over here. Cool. Awesome. That was a pretty good one right there. Cumulative frequency. Honestly, I think that I just did this one by hand. And I'm going to show you how to do it. It's not hard. So cumulative frequency, you start with the 21. And then here I have to do 21 plus what? Plus 65. So let me get another calculator out for that one. Do I have another calculator? Yeah, there we go. And shroop. Okay, so yeah, 21 plus 65 is 86. And then I got 21 plus 65 plus another 12. So I can basically just go right here and say plus 12. 98. And then I have another 5. So plus 5. Now I'm going to ask, is it tedious? Sure. Is this difficult? Yeah, you're just doing the same thing we did. Oh, add 0. What happens? Nothing. Nothing. Just adding 0, nothing. And then finally I add 2 and I get 105. Awesome, guys. Woo, yeah. Check it. So the cumulative relative frequency is going to be like dividing each one of those that we did by hand earlier. Again, I don't see an awesome way to do this in StatCrunch, so I just do it by hand. But are y'all okay with just adding it up? We've done that, right? I'm going to keep cruising. I'm going to move on. I want to see what else we got around here. What do we got? What do we got? Whoa. Time series stuff, blah, blah, blah. Didn't I have something about this earlier? See, it says, which of these plots makes the most sense, right? So we're going to have to pick one. So I'm going to go to StatCrunch. And if you remember, there was a way to do this automatically. I don't know what that, oh, yeah, we don't need that now. Where'd my StatCrunch go? There it is. Okay. So I said that it was graph and then what? What was the last thing we wrote in the workbook? Do you remember? Index time. Index time. Yep. I'm going to click on it. And then it says use what column again? The second column. I know. It's almost like, it's kind of like already there for you. I'm going to hit compute. Let's just see what happens. So, whoosh. So I'm looking for a whoosh. All right, let's go look for, is that a whoosh? No, okay. Is this the whoosh? It looks pretty darn good, honestly, right? See that like super whoosh right there? You see the super whoosh? Are we calling it super whoosh today? Super whoosh. I'm trying here. Check the answer. There we go. Yay, we did it. Woo! Yeah, what's up? Yes, I can. Oh, yeah. So I go graph, time index, and then I click the second column. and only the second column, and then I hit compute, and it's basically just done for you. I think it says see up here at the top. There's two different columns, so I picked the debt one for this particular one. Yeah, the second one that comes up, and then I just hit compute, and that's it. And then bloop, and we got everything. Is that good? Is that cool? Cool, good, cool. Yeah. Okay. So it has that formula for percentage stuff. We had already done this, so you just take the two and you subtract and everything. I'm gonna see what else we got here going on. I'm gonna move on. Another one, same kind of thing, right? I'm not worried about that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that looks new. What? No, actually, it's the same thing. See, we're gonna add them all up, and then you're adding 0, and it doesn't really change anything. We literally just saw this problem. Yeah, we literally just did this one. I'm gonna skip it because we already did it. No? Okay, I'm coming. I wanna look. See how the picture that looks pretty close to what we just saw. It should be. Yeah. See how it has the little right at the end right there? Everything else kind of looks the same. It has like the pink right there. So that should be the same one. Yep. So you can like click it, hit submit, and you got it. Makes sense? We're just looking at pictures. It's not actually doing any math for us. Okay, awesome. So this last one, it just says, "Hey, what would the ogive be?" So I think what I did for this is I just kind of looked at it. Because, I mean, is there a way to do this on StatCrunch? Probably. But if you see, we have a whole lot of numbers, and then it says we're adding 0, adding 0, adding 0. So it's not like you're not adding anything. What that means is that we're like flat for a while at the end. So which one would be really up high and flat at the end? Yeah, there it is. I mean, and if you don't like that, oh, well, here's another one. What's the relative frequency? Ogive. So in this case, it's the same shape. I've told you a lot of times that whenever you have frequency versus relative frequency, it's the same shape. So which one has the same shape? Again. So that one's an easy one. Again, if you get it wrong, you can just go back and do it again. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't try to waste a lot of time on that last problem. Okay. So we did it. I want to show you the workbook for the other one, and then do the homework for it, and then basically we're done for the day, I think. So, any questions? Okay. I'm trying to show in a way that it's not too hard, and that I'm recording it so you kind of see as I go. Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Good, good. Okay, I'm going to keep going then. Here we go. Back to the workbook. Brand new. Woohoo! All right, this guy. So I'm going to show you all of 2.4 on the workbook immediately. Let me just show you what it looks like. You ready? Page 1, page 2, and we're done. That was it. Isn't that awesome? Woo! Yeah. So yeah, let's go through it. This is going to be so fast and easy. They're talking about misleading different graphs and stuff. And so I just want to see what y'all come up with. This will be more like a discussion. Do you like discussion topics? Do they do that no? You do? Okay, cool. Do y'all do discussions in other classes? Like in English? You hate it? I'm so sorry. You don't want to discuss with me? I try. Okay, why would this be misleading? And you got options. And you can say A, B, C, D, but you can also just give me some English. What would this be misleading? Why is this misleading? The quarters are out of order, right? That's really weird. Why would they do that? Is there anything else that might be an issue? Anything else? Uh-huh. There it is. That's not starting from 0. So let me tell you how to answer this one on the homework. Are y'all okay? Y'all ready? All right, cool. So let me show you how to answer this one on the homework. It actually is this vertical axis blah, 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 blah. And they're just basically, we're not starting at 0. Okay, we're not starting at 0. That's what they're trying to say. Not starting at 0. And now, why is that the whole answer there, Chad? I mean, come on. The quarters are all out of order, right? Can I be really silly with you guys? I'm gonna just tell you how this works. It's really silly. Here we go. Because they're all going down, it's called Pareto. Oh, and there's a special name for it. Wah wah. And that is annoying, okay? Because in a way here, they're trying to manipulate the data, but then, oh, never mind, it's okay now, because we call it Pareto. So that's just a Chad thing. I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you how it is. But this is how you answer the homework. It's not starting at 0. If I were to start at 0, which one would be better? Like, which of these graphs would start at 0? Bam. And that's all it is. Again, though, you see how it's going down in that Pareto business? Who is this Pareto guy, anyways? Nobody knows. Yeah, greatest to least, yeah. So somehow somebody got like a PhD for that, and now we all have to call it something and be okay with it. What? That don't make... Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. What? Shake your head, say, no, I don't like that. But I'm telling you how to answer the homework. Is this okay? Click that on the homework. Moving on. Okay. It says, why would this be misleading? Again, give me some like English. Yes, exactly right. It makes it like, oh, look, I can do 3D. But like, it's really dumb because if you look, all this red here, that's a lot of red. And yet, it's probably the same amount of distance as this blue over here. But it makes the red look big, right? So some college, no degree. So that's that guy right there. And then high school diploma, that's actually bigger. So this guy is bigger. And we can't tell because the red's so much cooler. You know what I mean? That's not right. So what would make this better? What's a better answer for how to do this? Have it flat. Just do a 2D pie chart. Here I'm just going to, do some chicka. There you go. 2D is better always. So think about this, okay? I know y'all are going to go in all different directions after this class. You're going to have different bosses. You're going to have different jobs. You're going to have different places and things to do, right? But someone's going to say, hey, can you just go ahead and make a chart, blah, 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 in Excel? And you're like, yeah, I think I can figure that out, right? And then you do some AI to tell you what's going on. And then, yeah, we're good now. But what would you rather show the boss? 3D because it looks cool, or 2D because it's proper? Does it make sense? So it's like a talk and figure it out later kind of thing. Would you use AI for something like that? No? That's a strict no. We don't do that. Oh, well, I mean Excel, yeah. But like, okay. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying on the homework. I'm not saying to cheat. I'm just saying when you're in your job and you need to get something done. I mean, there's options out there now, right? Why is this misleading? What's wrong with this thing? Well, if you count it, I think it does actually technically. So it's not that. Why is it wrong? Not the same size. See, the height is right here and right here, but this looks so much bigger. You know what I mean? And it's not really that much bigger. So what would be better? Make it the same size. So you're just making it the same width, and then they look like that. There you go. Super easy. And that's literally the end of that section in the workbook. I'm going to go to the homework and show you that it's equally easy, and then we might be done. We'll probably be done. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the homework right quick, and I'm going to have to open it up this way. So technically, we're done with chapter 4 at this point, and technically the due date is supposed to be this upcoming Monday. But I'm recording right now that y'all told me to extend it, right? For an extra week, just in case. Y'all are okay with that? All right, good. Just in case, right? Because I don't want to push too much onto you at once. I think that we're barely keeping pace, and I don't want to overdo it. Okay, so we have this, and it says, what's wrong with this thing? We just saw something like it, right? What happens? Not starting from 0. There it is. Not starting from 0. So vertical axis, blah, 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 the biggest one. Oh, no, here it is. Vertical axis, blah, 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 not starting at 0. There it is. Yeah. Maybe. So if you have like years, right, and you're starting from a certain year and not including it or something, I could say, like I wish I could just draw it for you right quick. Yeah, so like if you started at year 2000 and move on, but like is that 0 technically or not? And so like if you're doing stock market, obviously that's not the start of it because we have a lot of data behind it. I don't know. That's a good question, honestly. Yeah. And that's what a lot of this is like, what do you think about it, So redraw it. Which one would be better? Which one would be better? A? Awesome. And why is this? Looking at the new graph, I want to say, what does this mean? Well, it means that things are going up, but it's not going up a lot, right? It's going up a little bit. So I want to say it's going up a little bit, increasing slowly. There you go. Increasing slowly. And we're just looking for the best answers. I don't think anything's perfect. We're just looking for the best things. It's like just put the human brain to it and kind of see what happens. Why is this misleading? That's a good question, honestly. Why would that be misleading? What do you think? You see it? It's hard to detect. The widths. Exactly. Here we have only 3 hours, and here we have 6 hours, and then we have 3 hours, and then we have 3 hours, and then we have 3 hours, and we have 3 hours. But this one right here is 6 hours. So all the bars, not all time intervals are the same. That was it. That's an easy one. It says, why would this be misleading? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Horizontal ticks. It doesn't account. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna let y'all figure that one out because I'll probably get it wrong. I have no idea why this is like misleading. Maybe because there's outliers over there. I'll let y'all click. I don't want to get it wrong in front of you. Now you're wondering, aren't you? What is it? Tell me. What do you think? Give me the answer. Tell me, what do you think? A? You like A? Oh. B? Oh, it's B. Okay, hold on. It does not take into account the size and population of each region. So I think what's happening is I didn't really read it very well. It says tax collected from 50 different regions, varying sizes. I don't know. That's just a tough question. Yeah. So you could see it's just all about misleading or not. What do you think about this? Is this a good thing? Graph. What kind of graph is this, and how can it be better? You know, I'm thinking that y'all are going to be okay with this stuff, right? Is this the same kind of thing? So here you can see it's all going up. I'm done with that. So, okay, let's recap on a couple things, and I want to just discuss where we're going to go in the future. Is that okay? Unless y'all have any questions. Are y'all okay with this? Okay, so like I don't want to like leave too much early, right? Gosh, Chad, we got 20 more minutes left. So, real quick, I want to just talk about where we're going, what the future looks like for us, and what we're going to be needing to do here, like next week, maybe. So, I'm going to log in right quick. Don't look at my password. Stop. Did you see my passwords? ... I know, I'm too cheesy. Okay. So, chapter applications. Like, we're doing everything fine, but we still need to do this stuff together. See? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just briefly discuss how this is going to work so that when we come in, we can kind of like hit this thing up exactly, okay? So what I need to do is actually become a student for a whole second. Oh, I can't because of the Proctor thingy too. Is there like a preview I can do? No? Well, yeah, that's just being weird. Okay. Okay, how about this? I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm just going to show y'all, and we're going to be done here in a few minutes. Is that okay? I'm going to stop the recording. I just don't want to make it, like, weird, okay? So